Welcome back, Arcadians. Alex here with another video, and I'm back on the road again. That's all I seem to be doing at the moment, is driving up and down the country. But you know what? It's all for the good of the museum, because of late I've been picking up some fantastic new arcade machines. And in this episode, I drive to London to pick up 50 PCBs for the museum, so we can have all these games running on original hardware. So I'm super excited. Now, whenever I'm in London, I've always got to revisit my hometown where I grew up, which is Twickenham, and catch up with family and friends. I absolutely love this place. I've got so many fond memories of me and all my mates hanging out here. But not only me, but for my mum and dad as well. My mum and dad actually met at the foot of this bridge, buying tickets to go and see a Rolling Stone concert on the famous Eel Pie Island. This was the mecca for the British R&B scene back in the 60s. Famous bands like Rolling Stones, Rod Stewart, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Hawkwind, they all cut their teeth on this famous island. But for us kids growing up in the 80s, our rock and roll and our excitement was arcade games, and I was lucky enough to have my own arcade on my doorstep. This white plastered building, formerly known as Dazzle, was where I cut my teeth on games like Atari's iRobot, Stern's Rescue and Ghosts and Goblins. We absolutely loved this place, and it was where we went to play the latest and best arcade games. But this is what we've come to London for. Pickups, 50 PCBs in all, from an old operator who used to work for Deef Leisure. Now, it's a bit of a gamble when you're buying this amount of PCBs and you can't test them, but when you see gems like this game here, Spider-Man, absolutely immaculate, you know you're onto a good one. I can't tell you how excited I am, guys. I mean, this is an incredible amount of PCBs. You don't often get an opportunity to buy 50 PCBs, you really don't. So this is great for the museum. It's great for you guys when you come and visit, because you know the goal is to have all the games on original hardware as much as we can. A lot of these are jammer games, so we can rotate the games in the jammer cabs. But I bet you bottom dollar there's a lot of games in here that I've never heard or even seen before. So to go through these games and test them back at the museum is what I'm really excited about. Yeah, there's going to be a load of bootlegs in here, I bet you. That's the nature of the British arcade scene. We had loads of bootlegs back in the day. But from what I've seen, spending the time here, going through a few of the boxes, there's a few original PCBs, and that's enough for me to do the deal. So without further ado, let's head back to the museum, unpack and see exactly what we got. So here we are, Arcadians, 50 PCBs. I've never bought so many games in my life. It's incredible. But I could not turn this deal down, because this deal was from an ex-operator or repairer that used to work for Deef Leisure, which is a British company, I think a London-based company. And when I first looked through a lot of these boards, I thought, I've got to get these because they are immaculate. Some of them have got original kick harnesses on. Some look like they've never been used. And I just thought I've got to have them for the museum, because the idea for the museum is to run everything on original hardware. It's good to have emulation for backup, but to have all these different games to pick through and enjoy for the first time. There's some games in here I have never played, and there's some real gems in here as well. And guys, this is going to take a few videos to get through all of this. So what we're going to do is what's in the box is what we're going to call this series, because there's 4 boxes here, and some of them are actually original packaging boxes. Look at this, SNK Neo Geo original packing box, which is amazing. It tells a little bit of a story about the arcades. And this one here, which is oh God, it's heavy, it's full of PCBs, Capcom original packaging box. So I imagine this could have been filled with a load of original Ghosts and Goblins back in the day, or Captain Commandos, who knows. It's just amazing to see an original package box. The only package boxes I've ever seen before are from Nintendo. I used to have a Donkey Kong 3 kit, and that came in an original packaging box, and that was amazing to see. So guys, I've got to say a huge thank you to Paul for putting me onto this guy. And I do plan to go back, get a few more. There's not much left, but there's a few bits and bobs I want to get. But Paul, thank you so much. This is great for the museum, and there's so much content here, lots of videos here, some fantastic games. But for this video, I'm just going to pick out a few games, have a little bit of a gameplay, and just show you exactly what I've got. I don't know where to start, guys. I don't know which box to go into first. I know when I first looked through a lot of these games, some of them are not JAMA, so they will need their own adapters. This is an SNK game. I've got no idea what this is. But yeah, it's a lovely 3-stack board. Looks immaculate, absolutely immaculate. So I think we should give that one a fire up first. Oh, it's a vertical game, and it is Chopper 1. Can't say I've heard of it myself, but I bet it's a really cool kind of Tiger Heli type game. 1988, and it's working. That's the main thing, it's working. We've got a working game. Brilliant, vertical shooter, fantastic. We always need more vertical shooters. Very popular. Because I'm hoping to do like a shmup night down here at the Arcade Archive and a beat 'em up night. So this is another cool game to add to the collection. Chopper 1, or The Legend of Air Cavalry, was released in 1998 by SNK. It can be played 1 or 2 players simultaneously, which is always a nice gameplay option. What I didn't realise when I started playing this game is I actually got a copy of this on the Nintendo Switch. So I rushed home to open my box of the 40th anniversary of the SNK collection, and was delighted to see that it was actually a free download with a bunch of other games that I'd never played before. So if you like arcade games, guys, and you love SNK, this package for the Nintendo Switch comes highly recommended. I've had it on my shelf for so long now, I didn't even realise that this game's even on it. Right, I am going to delve into this box now. Let's see what we've got here. Oh yes, Taito. What could this be? See, they're all well packed. I mean, look at this. It looks absolutely immaculate. So this is a Taito board. Is there any markings on it? It's JAMA, which is great. And it is Flying Shark, aka Sky Shark, as it's known in North America. I'm really enjoying testing these PCBs, guys, but at the same time I'm really nervous. I mean, imagine if none of them worked. Or they all turned out to be bootlegs. Oh my God. But so far so good. We've got a working SNK Chopper 1, and now I'm about to fire up Taito's Flying Shark, aka Sky Shark, as it's known in North America. Let's see if it works. Yes. Excellent. Oh, wrong button. This is a lovely little shooter, it really is. Flying Shark was actually published by Taito and developed by Tourplan in 1987. It was Tourplan's third arcade shoot-'em-up. Rather than following the footsteps of their previous game, Slapfight, instead it returns to the basic style of their initial entry, Tiger Heli. Rather than a helicopter though, you pilot a biplane with technology inspired by World War II. The game was reportedly inspired by the movie Apocalypse Now, So technically, it's meant to represent the Vietnam War. The next PCB out of the box is one of the first games developed for the Jaleco Mega System 1 hardware. It's Kickoff from 1988. Now the next game is not going to be to everyone's taste, and probably not normally mine, but I have grown to like these kind of arcadey sports types games. I mean, I love Neo Turf Masters. I think that's a fantastic golf game and probably one of the best. And if you're into football, you're probably going to like this one. But to be honest with you, I don't know what the best football game out there is, but I do enjoy Mario Strikes Football on the Switch because it's arcadey, it's fun, you know, you can have a few laughs with it. It's when they become simulations is when I switch off. But I will just be absolutely delighted if this is working, because I'm sure a lot of people that come down the Arcade Archive, 2-player on this, are going to have a lot of fun. Let's fire up, see if it works. There we go, it works. Jaleco, 1988. Fabulous. We've got a green pitch. Jaleco released around 20 games on the Mega System 1 hardware. Games like Avenging Spirit, Earth Defense Force, Rodland, and Chimera Beast. As for Kickoff as a game, I'm definitely the wrong person to ask, but it's a 2-button football game and you've got 20 odd teams to pitch against, so you've got enough playability there for a good game down at the Arcade Archive. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed just testing out these few games. We've got another 47 games to go through. Also, in this same pickup, I picked up 3 lovely jammer cabs that we're hoping to convert to fighting games. So we'll have a Street Fighter in here. And maybe Richard could work his magic on, maybe he can link them up, which would be super cool to have that in the museum. We do need a fighting game in here, which we don't really have. We've got the Neo Geo MVS that we're working on, the Lord's Vale. So we'll have a lot of the Neo Geo fighters, and there's a fantastic collection of Neo Geo fighters, but it would be nice to have a few Capcom games as well running in the Jabber Cab. So that will all be in the next video. We're going to go into a little more depth in the next video in some of these games, because I'm going to put out some real gems. There's some games here that I have heard of, but I never thought in my wildest dreams I would actually come across the original PCBs, because they are really rare. So that's all in the next video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it this week, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.